it's good to start. We just start to show up that way. This is probably the show. This is going to be the last one of the year. So right, it's going to be the last show of the year.
Yeah.
So we've done a lot of show. I think almost we're going to start the third season. So we ended off like this. That's awesome. And thank you for sending us boxes, and also thank you for buying the Waxateria boxes, which is cool.
I really liked them. I got them. I went through them. I think you guys did a wonderful job. That kind of segues into part of the hobby that I want to touch more on when we're opening packs. But really, the indie card or the custom cards that are being made out there right now, boy, there is such a demand. And you guys did a wonderful product. I just want to give you guys a thumbs up on how impressed I was with that. And I hope that you guys are going to continue to do other stuff like that in the future. It was great. And I can tell you, as a collector myself, I love getting stuff like that. I love getting indie stuff almost more than I do WWE stuff sometimes, just because the indie stuff tends to highlight on a lot of different characters or wrestlers that, you don't necessarily see all the time at WWE. WWE products are great, but, they tend to be the same thing over and over and over again, wrestler wise. Whereas when you go into indies and custom sets and stuff like that, you really start finding these people that are like, a diamond in the rough per se, one of their first cards or a neat custom card on someone who you always wonder why they didn't have a wrestling card, but they never got one produced until someone does a custom set and includes them in it. I've got a couple fans that are out there that do custom stuff. And there's one right now that is working on a set that I hope he gets us finished. And it's a set that deals with all the professional wrestlers that made movies and have appeared as actors. One side of the card is going to show him in his actor's character, and the backside is going to show him as a wrestler. And it's amazing how many professional wrestlers have had movie skits through the years. And it would just be something neat to see another neat product put out there highlighting.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I can think of quite a few. We were just talking about maybe the best ever, which is Wise Guys with Captain Lou. I mean, that's like the funniest movie. Joe, did you watch it?
I have to watch it. I'm going to watch it over the holidays. Have to.
Yeah.
I watched it a long time ago, but I forgot about it. Totally forgot about it.
It's one of those things.
What's interesting is there's a lot of websites that I go to for different research. And believe it or not, one of them is Internet Movie Database, IMDb. I'm sure you guys have heard of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can go on there and you can type in professional wrestling, and they'll pull up every movie that has had a professional wrestler in it. And there are so many titles and so many great wrestlers that I didn't even realize were in some of the movies that they were. So if you ever were like looking at movies that you want to watch over a Christmas break or over a weekend when nothing's all worth a darn, type that in and you'd be surprised how many cool movies that are out there, especially in the 70s, early 80s, with wrestlers that I didn't even realize had done movies before.
Yeah.
That's definitely go down a rabbit hole with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there's like 1,000 movies, believe it or not, that has had wrestlers in it. It was crazy. It kind of blew my mind because I thought about some of the ones that had like Hulk Hogan. Then he had the Roddy Piper one where he has the glasses he puts on and he sees the different things. I can't remember the name of that one off the top of my head.
They Live.
Yeah, We Live. That's it, right? And stuff like that. So, but then you see all these other ones that have like the Funk Brothers in the 80s. Maybe some other wrestlers that were like jobbers that did a lot of wrestling, but they were never no big names. But they did other movies. It just blew me away. So I would recommend everyone out there, if you're a wrestling fan and you like movies and you're looking for different things to watch with your family, put that list in. Internet Movie Database, and you'll be surprised how many great movies that are out there that includes guys that we liked watching in the ring.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Heck yeah.
Check that out.
So if you got your box open, let's open those two presents.
Okay.
Out.
Thanks again for sending this. It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's my pleasure. When I meet new people and I do podcasts, stuff like that, I like to give away stuff. I think it makes it. I think it makes it fun, and that's what this whole hobby should be about, is fun. If you're not having fun collecting, then I'm not sure why people are collecting. you know.
I just
and
opened this and it's like this is like the greatest stocking that was ever opened right now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're gonna go through a lot of that stuff because I want you guys to open that so you can show some of the stuff online, and I want to discuss some of that stuff as we go. So
Wow.
open your Christmas gift first, and then we'll go through that other stuff as we do the show.
Wow.
If that works for you guys.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
There you go.
Amazing,
There you go.
Thank you much. Wow.
Yeah, this is phenomenal, man. I mean, this is like the coolest thing, and appreciate the kind words about the set, man. We're very happy to have you on.
Well, and that's the whole point. We haven't even got started. You're already having fun, right?
Of course, Joe. Whenever you're ready, if you want, did you get this? You ready?
Yep, go ahead.
All right,
Go
let's
ahead.
do it. Oh wow!
Oh shit,
What?
man.
What?
That's
Right?
crazy.
Those-
Yeah. Thank you.
Those are what you were talking with Chuckster about, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's the ECW trading card as well as the matching sticker that goes with it from the two different figures that they would have been
What?
included in back in the time.
Yeah. Thank you. I see. Okay. Thank the Sandman, right?
Yes.
I was gonna ask. I'm familiar with these because it was Tony Vella and Chuckster and everybody I spoke to. I asked. But these, I never seen these. The sticker.
I've never
And
seen the sticker.
Joe, he said out of ECW, he DM'd me on Twitter and said, who's your favorite? And so many out of ECW I could pick. I mean, I said, all right, Sandman. He goes, what about you? I said, I never go wrong with RVD, bro. He's like the Ricky Henderson.
Oh, and for the fact I have his rookie in a PSA 10, I mean, this just goes right with that. I mean, that's just
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So on behalf of me to you guys, Merry Christmas, and I hope
man.
that's something that you'll enjoy with your collection.
That is beautiful, man.
Now, right up next to some other wrestling.
Yeah,
stuff.
nice.
So,
Cool, man.
so can I ask you, the card came in with the toys, right?
Correct.
But where did the sticker come? How did the sticker come about?
The sticker appeared a year later, I believe it was, in the same kind of figure pack, but it came a sticker format instead of the card. And they did the one series of figures with the cards, the one series with the stickers, but then between the two of them, the images were the same, except the stickers have that dome cut at the top, that oval cut at the top. And I'm going to be honest with you. I had a guy just recently contact me on Twitter, wanted to trade for a bunch of those cards because, as he told me, he said, it's a beautiful set I've been watching for years and I've wanted to complete it. Can I work out a trade? I said, yeah. I said, I got no problem. So I was able to get him about, I think, six of the cards that he needed from his set. He just contacted me today and he said, I know you don't do graded cards and I know you don't do graded stuff. He said, but this stuff is almost like gradable, and I am so thankful that you have it. I'm going to tell you right now, the ECW, these cards that you guys are holding in their hands, to me, from the early 2000s, are probably one of the hardest and, more importantly, getting to the value aspect, kind of undervalued when you compare it to a lot of other collectibles from that era. They were hard to find. A lot of kids bought those products, ripped the figures out. Most of those cards probably ended up in the trash can, or they were bent over. Who knows? But to find quality ECW cards from those figures is a nice find, especially when you can find them. Especially you can find them at a very economical price.
And I was a super duper ECW fan. I mean, that got me back into wrestling as being in my 20s, whatever, like that brought me back into wrestling. But I didn't even know that those cards existed until, me and Joe started maybe a year ago, just getting it back into the wrestling and going down those eBay rabbit holes. But I mean, I didn't even know those cards existed. So, and you look around.
And you guys are aware of these too, right?
I can't see it that good. Oh, those try.
Those are the ones that came on in Japan.
Oh yeah, see, I've heard about those. Chuckster mentioned.
They're even more harder to find than the other ECW cards. There's a very hard to find. Like here's your Sandman. Have you ever seen that one?
I've never seen that.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah,
That's
they're ones. If you could get your hands on those, they're ones that you want to put in a storage box at a bank somewhere to keep them safe, because they're highly sought after and near impossible to find. You know, you got a lot of people talking about a lot of the new stuff, the new Panini coming out, and you know, talking about these cards that are like super short print, everything like that. But I challenge anyone to find the new Panini stuff versus those ECW cards. 10 times to Sunday, you will never find those ECW cards, but you'll find all that Panini stuff any day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, you could just, just searching some of these things, you know, sometimes your search comes up 0, just looking for some stuff.
Right.
Like,
right.
Those Sandmans are for sale right now. I look sometimes for like different ECW stuff, different Sandman.
I've never seen those come up.
Me neither. I've never seen that. I've heard of those cards, but when you think about, all right, so maybe there's 25 of those floating around. How many of those? I mean, maybe there's a 500 really, but maybe there are 25 that might be able to get sold somewhere if you have some connection somehow.
Right, and then the other issue the other issue that you run into, and this is the experience that I have from doing this as long as I have, they're coming from Japan. When people collect stuff in other overseas in different areas, they don't collect like Americans do, you know, and we'll touch on that as we're opening these other packs down the road. But, you know, a lot of these companies, especially in Europe, in the Italian market, in Spain, and those other areas like that, they put out this product for kids. You know, that's why you'll see predominantly stuff for sticker albums, stuff for those poker chips, stuff for like tattoos and stuff like that. That is all done because the vast majority of their collector market is kids, and they're trying to get to them as collectors, and the kids will get that stuff and they play with that stuff hard. You know, like our kids here in the United States now, they'll buy stuff, they'll buy cards, they'll grab a Beckett price guide, they'll try to see what's worth something, get it immediately in a plastic holder to make sure it's protected, taken care of. That stuff, even to this day, still doesn't necessarily happen a lot of times overseas. I mean, I bought before large lots of stuff from England, and you'll get a humongous box in the mail that'll just be jam full of cards that aren't even stacked properly. You know, half the stuff's getting bent as it's coming across the ocean over here, because they just kind of throw the stuff in there because they collect differently than we do. They collect to enjoy and play with the stuff, whereas we collect more to display it and have it as something like a trophy item. But like I said, you know, everybody collects for different reasons. And at the end of the day, I would want everyone to know that whatever reason you collect is all that matters, because the whole point of this whole thing and this whole hobby is to have fun.
Those 85 Scanlons, those Australian cards, you hardly ever see those in any good condition. Those things are destroyed.
Right. And you know, Scanlons was like OPG for Canada. And actually that 85 set, actually, believe it or not, came out a year later. That's actually a 1986 set, the Scanlons.
That's right.
But the thing about the Scanlons, especially over in New Zealand and Australia, is you're right. You will never, and the only way you're ever going to find any of those cards in tip-top condition, something that, you know, a person would actually want to grade, is if you're lucky enough to find an unopened box of packs, which you're probably never going to. I don't think they even exist anymore, because that's the only way you're going to find those in the pristine condition. But you know, Scanlons was just like OPG. They did stuff like Star Wars. They did stuff like Incredible Hulk. All the different stuff that we had over in the States, they did there also with the Scanlon logo to it. I only wish that they would have kept going, and I wish they would have did 87 tops with the Macho Man Elizabeth and the Bret Hart first card. I wish they would have did a Scanlon instead of that, but they didn't take it that far to do that. But I've looked, because as you know, besides wrestling, I kind of collect a little bit of everything. If I can get something at a decent value, and then I can put together a set, maybe have some left over to trade with other people, I'll always buy it. And I've always been a Star Wars fan. I would love to get Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Scanlan sets, but good luck. Those are almost equally as hard as the wrestling stuff is to get.
Yeah, those cards.
So you guys got a stack of packs here. What's the first pack that you guys want to open together?
What's up,
Joey,
Joe? What do
You want to do, what about this? I always look at
Perfect. Oh, perfect. Let's do that first, and we'll transition into those kind of cards. Okay.
I'm a huge BBM fan.
Yep.
I got lucky and I got a box of the 90. What is the Rob Van Dam? It's 96, right?
96. Yeah.
I got lucky on eBay about a year and a half ago. Maybe like $140 I got in an auction. I got a whole box from Japan.
Yeah, did you break it open? How many Rob Van Dams did you get out of it?
It's funny because I one box I got a Rob Van Dam. I sent it to PSA and I got it gemmed. It was PSA 10.
Excellent.
And there's only about 7 of those. And I was laughing with David Peck because he opened 4 boxes and didn't get one Van Dam.
Right,
so
right.
You know, it's just luck of the draw. But luckily, the box I got from Japan, it was mint. I mean, these cards, Joe saw like a bunch of these cards. It came out 10s and 9s. I mean, you just get lucky. But I always
it's funny because some people have commented recently with the new what is it, Panini Inscriptions? I think that's the one. What's the newest one that's supposed to be coming out? I always get all the different Paninis.
Immaculate or something, or I don't know. One of those.
Whatever the new Panini set's coming out, and it's been said that people should be blown away because it's a 500 card set. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, why are people saying you should be blown away when the majority of your BBM wrestling card sets are anywhere from 350 to 500 cards? The Japanese cards.
Even PSA doesn't. I don't even think they even know about that BBM set fully.
No, I'm sure they probably don't. When I recently went through a divorce, and about 2 years ago when I was doing that, I was buying up a lot of different material. And because I knew I was going to have to redo this store, and I ended up picking up 3 5,000 count boxes of nothing but BBM and King of Pro Wrestling cards. And once I get my store officially open, the very next thing that I'm going to do is tackle all those sets so that someone can click on my page, which is why I've done the store the way I did it. Is I did it because I want a person to click on my page and see every image of every card from that set. Because I don't like it when you click on a checklist page and all you have is, okay, you've got numbers 1 through 350 with what they are, but you don't know what nothing looks like. So that's gonna be my goal. My goal is by June to finally hopefully have all my Japan stuff done and then get it all up so that people can see the stuff. Because I think, in all honesty, that your BBM cards are another product that if you can get those cheap, and you have an option to add those to your collection, you'd be crazy not to do it, because they are a wonderful product. High gloss cards, usually have great photos front and back. And yeah, even though I can't read Japanese. Yep.
It's funny because this is an insert.
Yep.
And if you look on the PSA holder, it just says Onoki. It doesn't even say 96 BBM. It's almost like they didn't even know that this is an insert. You know,
right. And you know, the funny thing, and I'll be honest with you, you got to give kudos to BBM Baseball Magazine for producing, because they did something that, when you really think about it, was ahead of its time frame. They started putting inserts in packs in 95, 96, 97. You know, granted, you had some products at that time frame, but they really didn't get much love as far as inserts until Fleer really started hitting it hard in the 2000s. But BBM back then, they highlighted quite a few different inserts.
And they did, look how the foil, I mean, they weren't even, these are like sparkly cards. You think about back then doing that. Look how beautiful the backs are. I mean,
exactly.
These are beautiful. The 95, even the 95 set, 96, 97, there's a lot of guys in those sets.
Even their first set, the 94 women's set that they did, all of that is great looking material, great photos, good color. I mean, and you look at that card that you just showed. What year was that one from again? 96?
That's the 96. Yeah, that's the Van Dam rookie. This came in the box.
So imagine a card like that today gets pulled out of a Panini pack and everyone's talking about, oh, it's gold, it's shiny this, it's shiny that. Hey, you know what? To me, that none of that stuff holds any weight compared to that card that you're holding in your hand right there, man. Oh, that card is something else.
And no one, this pop one in PSA. No one even, they don't even
exactly.
So it's like,
exactly. So it's almost better than having a one of one, because you got that. You pulled that out of a pack on your own. You sent that in to get it graded, and then you get blessed with the high ranking that you did. And then you come to find out, wow, it's like the only one out there that's graded by PSA. How cool is that?
And me and Joe talk about a lot about PSA. I really feel, and listen, I have a lot of raw cards too, but I respect the non-graders, I respect it just as much as I do people that have super high grades. I think, the great thing about the hobby is there's no rules. Whatever you enjoy, whatever you want to do that makes you feel good, then that's what you do. But I feel like PSA with wrestling, they need some experts in there. I feel like, maybe the modern stuff they know, which is pretty easy to figure out with all the checklists, but those, 80s to 90s cards, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that when you send it in, I've gotten a lot of emails back that they don't know exactly what it is. Or I had some Tiger Mask, some Menko cards or whatever they're called, and they really couldn't even know what they were or what year they were. So there's a lot to be done.
I might be mistaken, but I don't even think that they're grading the 2004 Animotion that are released over in Europe at this point. There's just so much product that PSA and some of these people don't really know and understand. And I would say that the biggest problem that wrestling cards have when it comes to other sports is the dynamic of wrestling cards is so different from everything else. For example, imagine if you had a 1984 wrestling set, 7-11 disc like you do baseball or football, and you had all those wrestlers from 1984. You know how valuable that set would be? Now, the baseball ones, they're the collectors look at that, they're like, oh, okay, they're around little 3D little disc from 7-11, big deal. They don't think about it. Not wrestlers, wrestling fans. It's almost like the more oddball something is, the more that people want it. And to me, the rarer it gets is usually when it gets to these items that are food items or items that are given away at a grocery store or the pizzas or something like that. I would caution PSA to tell them that you really, when it comes to wrestling stuff, you really need to kind of think outside the box, because wrestling cards is a total different genre than most of your other cards. And the fans have a total different liking than, say, a baseball card collector or a football card collector. For example, talking about football cards, imagine a line of 1988 to 1992 King B beef jerky cards that came in a little canister, but they had wrestlers on it. Imagine how valuable those things would be nowadays. The football stuff isn't really worth anything because no one doesn't really care about it because it ain't a traditional card. But when it comes to wrestling, boy, if those existed, I can guarantee you they'd be super hot like all these other food items are.
Joe, what was that set? The roast beef set? Isn't there wrestling
Rax roast beef? Because David Peck and I have talked about this, and there's a gentleman in California that does a lot of collecting that likes to remain nameless. He's a good friend of mine. He knows a lot about that set. Rax roast beef was a set of cards that they handed out at events in Memphis, and the biggest thing about those sets back then was you could get a free French fry, I think, and a drink at the Rax roast beef restaurant. So the vast majority of people, they would get those cards, they'd take out the coupon, and I guarantee you there's probably thousands of those cards that were stepped on, have beer poured on them. At the end of the day, they were swept up with the broom, thrown in a trash can and hauled out to the back in a dumpster because people just didn't back then realize how collectible those were. And they have some great wrestlers. Like one of the only cards that you'll find of David Schultz is in that card or in that set. In
baseball, for example, those types of giveaways have been on forever. And there's all types of weird sets floating around. I happen to like oddball stuff, but I say it to Joe all the time. Even a set like this is like a set Fleer made.
Yes, I love those. I love those box sets. About 5 years ago, I went crazy buying those because they're all cool. They're usually around 40 to 45 cards a set, come in their own little box form, and there's hundreds of those that Fleer put out, as well as some other companies. I love those. I think they're totally undervalued. If you could put me at a table where there's hundreds of those things, I'd be clearing that table out just because I think they're cool.
Yeah, I buy them because if I can find like a really, really nice, like, the Don Mattingly or what player that whatever. But, I say this to Joe all the time, like, how many of these did they make compared to the base set of Fleer? Base set of Fleir, maybe they make
Right.
significantly less. Cares about it. We always say, wow, if those are wrestling cards, all the Drake sets, the Hostess sets, the Kellogg sets, they would be worth a lot of money because it is though. Baseball cards were like ubiquitous throughout society for a long time. Other sports took over, and wrestling was never that big. So that's part of it. But still, it's definitely different. Me and Joe like the old school. That's why we did the Waxateria set the way we did.
Yeah.
We have a parallel. Sure, we got a 101s. We got autos, and we have like a little variation of Sabu auto altogether. So,
right.
Try not to.
I think it's great that you mentioned Drake's Cakes, because I absolutely love those baseball sets back then.
Yeah,
and I think they did. I think they did a basketball set in 92, 93, because there's a Shaquille O'Neal that has a Drake's Cake rookie card. But you're right. Imagine getting a Drake's Cake wrestling card from the early 80s when they were doing that stuff. I think the first Drake's Cakes came out in 1981. Imagine 1981 Drake's Cake of wrestlers from that era. God, that'd be amazing. I couldn't imagine. I could imagine how cool and collectible those would be to be able to run those down if they existed. And that's part of the love of wrestling. I think is what could have been. There's just so much neat sets that could have came out that they didn't do. When Topps was getting ready to be bought out, or with the license being sold over Panini, I came on Twitter one night and I made the comment: how many sets could have Topps made wrestling wise that would have really went well and sold really well? Well, I can think of one right off the top: Stadium Club. Can you imagine having a Stadium Club product done with all wrestling?
Yeah.
And then the other one I thought about, and it never really caught on too well, but I loved when Topps came out with the Topps Archives basketball, where they took all this years that they didn't make basketball cards and they produced the image from the baseball. Imagine them doing that with wrestling cards, where they have 81, 82, 83, 84, all those designs that were done for baseball cards, but they had wrestlers doing a Topps Archives wrestling set, because the Archives is such a big brand. It was for football for all those years. They still do baseball archive sets. And I just don't understand sometimes why Topps didn't do something like that.
Yeah, no, I could talk about my issues with Topps forever. I mean, one of the things I personally cannot stand is it's cool when Heritage when Heritage does it, and Archives and stuff, where they put different cards. For me and Joe, that I think it confuses us, because we remember the original ones are like, wait a minute, why is Dale Murphy on a 2003 Topps,
right,
blue card?
right,
it's just
right.
weird. But the thing is with all those cards from that era to now, I think it makes it even better that there aren't wrestling cards from that, because it makes them all the more rare. That's why the genius of the 82 All-Stars, when that was put together, nobody doing it, let's do it. And all these years later, it's the legendary set.
Open that pack of BBM. I want to see what you guys get out of there. And
before we go, just speaking of oddball sets, this is another one that I always loved.
Yep, without a doubt. The ice cream cards were probably,
and they're hard to find the same way, because kids threw these away when you get now. You don't find many of these. I found this Hogan in really good condition, but you don't see them often.
The problem that you have in those cards is the way that they're put in the boxes. When kids would rip those open, a lot of times they'd be bending those cards as they were ripping those boxes, because
that's what I'm saying.
Sometimes those cards are put in the middle of the box, and sometimes they're put at the very top. So if you rip the top lid, sometimes you almost rip that card or bend that card, depending on the year and what they were doing. And that's why
I feel like these are very undervalued.
Totally agree with you, 100%.
That's why I grabbed the Heenan, a Hogan. If I see them in good condition, I grab them, because I feel like even if it's 5 years down the road, somebody's going to realize that there's not many of these going around, and you're not going to find them popping up.
Right. Yeah. And even the guys that aren't big names that are in the set, you pick those up for a couple bucks a piece, grab them every time, because they are something that after a while people are going to start realizing, wow, I've got a great set, but I don't have none of these ice cream cards. And guess what? They're impossible to find half the time. And when you do find them, sometimes they're overpriced because people try to get whatever they can out of them. But if you get a large assortment of those, consider it a blessing. I got the majority of mine from my friend in California, because what he used to do is he knew a guy who actually ran an ice cream truck in California. And at the end of the day or at the end of the week, he would meet this guy and he would say, "Can I go through your garbage?" And the guy thought he was crazy. But what he was going through his garbage for is he was taking out every ice cream card box
Genius.
that had wrestling on it. And at one point, he sold me a large assortment of those because he got all of his sets that he wanted, and he was looking for, just move it or kind of get the cards in other people's hands. That happens a lot of times with me. I'll have collectors contact me and say, "Hey, I've got a great product. But I kind of want to get it in the hands of collectors that are going to really enjoy it. Can I sell this to you knowing that you're going to put this in the hands of people?" That's what that guy did with those ice cream cards. And it was fun to get those, because when he got those to me at the time frame, believe it or not, I got close to 100 ice cream cards of the different years. And then I got a handful of boxes that still had the cards inside the box, and they weren't even touched.
That's wow. Now with these, who is there anybody or any was looking for in this?
Open up and we'll see who you pull. I want to see
no
who you
more.
get. Yeah, there's a couple guys in there going to be like, "Oh yeah, okay, let's see if you pull them. If not, I'll name off a couple names when you guys get those opened." But again, that's another great BBM product. It's actually
these. Look, 96s and the 95. I see these, but I don't really know. I mean, me and Joe, we just really got into wrestling cards in the
that pack that you're opening. That pack that you're opening is called Sparkling Fighters, produced by BBM.
Yeah.
That came from 1997.
No. Yo.
Come on, dude. That's a nice card, bro. Hold on. I gotta put these in penny sleeves. I don't want these to be. These are cool. Really.
But they did Sparkling Fighter set in 97, and they did a second one in 98. I've got 3 unopened boxes of 98 that as soon as I get the rest of my store update, I'll be breaking those, and we'll be highlighting those as one of the new sets on our store once we get everything up and running.
Nice. Yeah, this is cool. I always see this set on eBay, but never.
Look how fresh this card is. This dude is fresh, yo.
What is that?
I don't know. Men's Tia. I have no idea to even say.
Beautiful cards. So real. BBM is so nice.
They're so nice, man.
Yeah. Like
so with those sets, if I'm not mistaken, I believe there was a couple cards of the Funks. And
look at this last card.
Yep, exactly. Great card.
Come on, bro. That's awesome.
Rootin'.
That's
the other one that I think, if I remember right, is a big name card, and that is Abdullah the Butcher. I believe he had a card in that set also.
Wow, these cards. I mean, they're just really beautiful cards. I mean,
really are.
I mean,
from 97. I mean, think about that if you would. That card is almost like a modern day Panini looking card. It's got the color, It's got the shine, it's got everything. And guess what? It's produced in Japan by the Baseball Magazine Company, and good luck in getting your hands on a lot of those, because again, that's another product that is pretty hard to find and fairly undervalued.
I think this is the insert. This is one that was different.
Yep. That's the insert. If I'm not mistaken, I think that insert was a 12 card insert set from the BBM, and I think it highlights some of the greatest champions or some of the greatest brawlers that were part of that Sparkling Fighter set.
Let me ask you, right? So with the 96 BBM, there are different, federations from, professional stuff to pride fighting, pancrase. Is it the same with this set as well?
Yes, there's a mixture of different people from the different organizations. Usually when you see the Japanese product, great card, man. You gotta love the Japanese stuff.
Come on, man. I love the way they put so much effort into the back. And
I know,
that
the back, the backs to me. I mean, let's be honest. You look at that back. Isn't that almost like a 1991 Stadium Club baseball card back in the day when Stadium Club first came out, when they had the high gloss photos on the back, the great images, the graphics, everything. And because I remember when I was a kid, I should say when I was a kid, when I was younger, I remember when 1991 Stadium Club first came out, the baseball product. I was working as a medic in the Air Force. My sister, I was first stationed here at Alfred Air Force Base in Omaha, Nebraska. And a friend of mine worked down in the lab in the hospital. where I was a medic, and he was big into wrestling. And he called me up and he said, "Man, there's a new product on the market called 1991 Stadium Club. It is going to be the greatest thing ever. You need to run out as fast as you can and get these products wherever you can." I'm like, "Where am I going to find them?" And he's like, "Sinclair gas stations in Omaha have all got boxes of 1991 Stadium Club." I ran to my sister's house. My brother-in-law was on weekend guard duty. My sister and I ran around to 1 o'clock in the morning, hitting all these Sinclair gas stations in Omaha, trying to get as many of those packs as we could. And I got enough to complete my first Series 1, and I almost completed my brother-in-law Series 1 set also.
That was the best. Those are great times, man. Just
yeah.
Oh.
I miss those days when you can go out and just run around. You know, I don't know if you guys remember, but I tell you, there was a company years ago called Vintage, and they would get all these boxes and they would reseal them, and they'd have like a little vintage sticker in the top right corner. That was the name of the company. And the boxes would sell for anywhere from $9.99, $19.99, $29. Highest was around $39.99, and that would be like, you know, your top end product. And they would repackage all these boxes, and they used to set them at Kmart's and Walmart's back in the day. Every now and then you'll look on eBay and you can find an old box, and it'll still have one of those old vintage stickers that still has a seal on it. You know, back in the day, believe it or not, they were selling 1995 cards, WCW products for $9.99 a box in those stores. And I used to buy a bunch of those, but you know, back then I was doing everything besides wrestling, so I had to stretch my money the best I could. But you know, I remember I think they went out of business around 2005. But I remember the 2004 Pacific TNA, that inaugural product. I remember those being marketed by Vintage repack for a $29.99 box. Who wouldn't pay $29.99 a box for that today?
Oh man! All right, Joe, you pick the next one.
Yeah, pick the next one, Joe.
Sure. No, it's not in there.
Hey, Mom.
What about these catch medallions? It's pretty crazy.
Let's leave those to the end because I want to highlight those on something else.
Okay, sure.
Try. How about like the Flair Divas packs?
Okay, let me see.
Flair Divas.
The Ultimate Diva.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. But bust those open, see what you guys get out of those.
Sure.
One of the early Flair products that came out, great product, has some decent inserts, highlighting all the females back then, and just an all around great product.
Awesome.
Best seller out of those for me is always Trish Stratus. Stratus.
Look who's on the back.
Yep, there you go. What's the front of that card look like?
It's the last card too. It's funny.
Yep. That's traditional Trish Stratus back then. She was outstanding. She's
legendary. Oh look, I pulled a Kurt Angle out of here.
Yep. There was a small subset that had wrestlers that were in the very end of that wrestling set.
Joe, check it out. Look, I pulled a Kurt Angle out of this.
Same one.
Oh, you did? Yo, he's a nice. See, I never open these cards.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. This is great.
This is phenomenal. This Trish Stratus is awesome. Nice. These are tough surface too. It's tough to find these with. You usually get those little
ding marks on the corners and stuff.
This card is like immaculate. The corners.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know when you think about Trish Stratus back then and kind of the sass that she had with the camera and everything like that, how is that not one of the best cards that she's had out there?
Right.
That is everything. And you know the other thing that's interesting about Trish Stratus, I don't know if a lot of people knows, she collects her own cards. Did you guys know that?
Never knew that.
Yes. Yep.
That is cool, man.
She has an impressive collection of her own product. So I just thought that's pretty awesome. And did you guys get any inserts out of those packs?
I don't. The only thing I got, and I don't. They all look the same to me. The only one I see was the Kurt. Is this an insert or no?
No. What's the number on back of it? No, that's the subset that clears out that set, I believe.
Yeah, I
I think card 85 through 100 are made up of those cards. It's something like card 65 through I think 185 are wrestlers, because there should be an Undertaker, a Rock from that set. You know, all your big names around that time frame. They should have a card within that set also.
I'll tell you what, I got 3 Jacquelines in a row.
This two of how many are there?
Yeah, that's an insert. What's the name? What's the name on that? Yep. That's one of the inserts. Congratulations.
Let me see it, Joe. Move it over.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
See.
Oh, that's nice.
Jacqueline's one of those girls back then that her ring presence, she reminds me of someone that you wouldn't want her to slap you if she got a chance to. She looked like she was tough back then.
Yeah.
Wasn't she popular back then, Lita?
Yes, Lita. Probably just as close as her best friend Trish Stratus. Yeah. They are 1 and 2 when it comes to wrestling cards back then.
And Ivory's
another one. Ivory, believe it or not, you know, you have a list of sellers that always sell very well at our store. And believe it or not, Ivory is probably, besides Trish, probably one of my number 1 sellers of divas from the 90 eras.
Wow.
Or I mean, I should say the 2000 eras. She has a large fan base, believe it or not. A lot of people collect her, and it's amazing how many of her stuff goes out the door. That's just like a lot of people want to ask, want to kind of project who they think their best sellers are. You know, a lot of people will say modern day, it's got to be Becky Lynch. I've never sold a Becky Lynch in my store, believe it or not. The females that sell in my store, Trish Stratus, Lita, Paige, Alexa Bliss is probably the hottest seller right now. And then now some of these new ones like Mandy Rose was doing really well until the controversial stuff they have with WWE. But some of these newer names, you can just tell. I know this from the amount of inventory that I move. I can tell the wrestlers that are super good with their fans, the ones that autograph a lot. Those are the cards that people tell me all the time. Hey, I'm going to meet such and such at the signing. Can I buy 20 of her cards? I want to get them autographed. I know the wrestlers just from the inventory that I move, who are the ones that really connect with their fans. And those females that I said are the ones that are out there. Another one, even though she don't do anything anymore, AJ Lee. Man, AJ Lee still sells to this day. Granted, she's married to CM Punk. You know, I've always wanted to see her try to come back. I kind of was hoping she was going to come back with AEW at one point. But even though she's out of the whole scene, her stuff still sells. It's just amazing. And it tells me that they are the kind of people that connect with their fans, because their fans are buying their stuff to try to get it autographed, or they know they can get it autographed as soon as they meet her, that they're going to comply with them. So open another pack.
You know what cards I never knew that was those Kiss cards, with the lipstick.
Yep.
I had one of those, and what's her name, Marisol or
yes, Marissa.
Yeah, I had a gold one till like 10. Yep. I put it on eBay. It was sold in like 2 hours. Exactly. I couldn't believe it.
Exactly.
It's such a following for those cards.
Well, and you know, there's been stuff that I put on eBay before that I've thought, oh, maybe I'm asking too much. And then it sells within an hour of it being on there. Then you realize, well, I didn't sell it for enough. You know, what is,
Joe, you
want to
open this?
Yeah, open that up. Because I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something cool about that set that gets overlooked in our modern day collection.
So this is the chromium edition.
Chromium version. The first chrome product that ever existed, way before Topps ever did chrome.
Wow. So these are
WWE.
randomly inserted 22-karat gold signature cards and autograph cards.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Now I want to see if either one of you pull what I consider the hottest card out of that pack.
This is a cool card. Big Boss Man, AJ Snow. That's awesome.
Yep. And they feel great. They feel like a traditional chrome card should feel like that. Thick plastic. You know, you know it's something that if you accidentally dropped it, you probably ain't gonna bend it because it is that strong of a card. They're just a great product.
So nice, man.
Another great looking card.
And in the big show. That's crazy.
Wow. These cards are beautiful. I've never seen these either.
I mean, this is crazy just because I'm a huge fan. I don't care. I'll always be a huge fan of Vince McMahon, no matter what
Yeah,
happens.
Oh, yeah.
totally.
That's-
Totally.
Yo, check this Ivory card out.
Ivory, yup, there you go. One of her best cards with her pose.
Wow.
Crazy, dude. These
It's
cards,
a beautiful card, too.
are out of control, bro.
These
Wow.
cards are, holy moly.
Wait, hold on. I got
Tell me,
the Rock versus Triple H.
No
Yep.
way.
With a
yep,
ladder.
great card.
Yo,
Come on.
that's fun.
Ladder
Yo,
match.
that card is crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Yo, look,
There's a rookie that I was hoping one of you guys would pull out of there, but you haven't got it yet.
look at that one.
Yep, Visceral.
I got
That's
that
a-
one.
That's a beautiful card.
Big Daddy V.
Oh, look, yo, this
By the
X-Pac
way,
card.
By the
Look at
way,
this.
hold on. Is this
Next pack.
this guy was known as Mabel as well,
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
right?
Correct.
This
Correct.
guy.
This card is unreal. All right, last card.
Yo, real quick.
Here. I'll show you guys
Hold on,
something
let me-
interesting. I'll show you guys something interesting because you mentioned Mabel. I gotta show.
Hold
I gotta show you guys. I gotta show you guys this. Do you know what that is?
Holy sh.
Nice. I can't even see it. Hold on.
Let me
Oh,
see
wait,
if
is
I
that
get-
the M? Oh, that's wait a second. MOM?
Yep. Men on a Mission. Mabel was
yeah.
part of that group. That was from the 1995 Panini set that a lot of people don't know anything about. And I only know of two people in the United States, or I should say North America, have that set. It's me and my great friend Paul Anad, who has Wrestling Card Price Guide.
Now,
This is an extra. So if you guys know anyone who is a humongous Mabel fan and they might want to add this to a card to their collection, have them contact you, and you guys can contact me at a later time.
question.
Yeah.
I think the MOM, I think they were in the 94 Action Pack set too.
Yes, they were men on a mission. Yep.
Men on a Mission.
Yep.
Listen.
Yep.
This guy.
Yep.
This guy put card number 1, Malta the Damager, in the Wax Interior set. He put him through a table, and dude, he fucked Malta up, bro.
Yep.
Straight up, Big TV versus Malta.
Look
bro.
at
That's
this.
Big
Yep.
Daddy.
The heartbreak kid posing, the flex.
Man, look at that card. That is beautiful.
Hold on, what is this,
This card is mint too. There's not one. It's like glass.
bro? Come on, man. This is the best card so far, dude.
Yep.
What?
Stone Cold with his bow and arrow.
Nah, come on, man.
Bro,
That card.
You ever
That card is.
it where Stone Cold has the bow and arrow and he's shooting it. He has a target of Vince McMahon. No, was it Vince McMahon or like Pat
Probably.
It was funny,
Bro,
dude.
That card is Yo, these cards are so like I don't even like. Can you even find like boxes of these cards? No way, right?
They're hard.
And if you do,
they've
they're
over-
probably
they-
so
they-
overpriced, right?
Yeah, they've over the last couple of years have really dried up. They're very hard to find. But again, you look at a lot of product from today and you look at a lot of product from back then. I don't care what anyone says. Those products back then in the 2000s, they're a class above everything. I mean, I just think they're amazing.
These cards blow away any Prism or any new cards. Blow away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't want to seem like I was getting on a Prism bashing or anything like that.
No, not at all. I mean, I
But-
bought a
but-
box. I was into it. Some of the cards are really nice, but overall,
Yeah.
the look of these cards, I mean, there's not even a comparison to
The important card from that set I was hoping you guys were going to pull was the Edge rookie or first appearance card.
Oh.
That had Edge in that set also.
This is
Great.
a beautiful card. I mean, I love. I mean,
Joe, how about we go this route?
Yep, go ahead. Okay, this is something I want you guys to highlight
tell us
on.
about this because I have no idea what this is.
Okay. Again, one of the products that you have outside of America or North America are stickers. These are sticker cards that came from India, and
Wow.
you will find sticker issues everywhere from South America to Europe and a lot of places overseas. And the main reason why is because kids really get into stickers. Now, when I was stationed over in Italy, we used to go, me and my wife and the kids, we used to go to various towns. We would just travel different places. And every town that was a decent sized city, In the middle had a place called Toy Centre. That was their version of Toys R Us when I was stationed overseas. And around Christmas time frame, you would walk in that store and they would have like 2 8-foot tables long filled with these big grab bags of a sticker album and around 50 to 100 packs of stickers. They did it for wrestling. They did it for soccer overseas. They did it for Disney products. They did it for Star Wars. They did it for you name it. So you would go in and you realize how much the stickers overseas impacted the collectors that lived over there. And so, when it comes to stickers, we in the United States a lot of times will kind of like, it's a sticker, whoopee. But you know what? A sticker is an important part of the collecting of wrestling products, especially overseas. It is a landmark, kind of foundation thing that it's just known that if you have a product coming out by Topps, you're going to have a sticker product that comes out right alongside that within a month or two. That's just the way things are overseas. Stickers are an important part of collecting. And unfortunately, a lot of times here in the United States, people don't give them the due that they should, because a lot of your stickers, they get stuck in books, they get thrown away, and they get very hard to find. I mean,
I love stickers, man.
I want to give a shout out because, there's been a lot of talk online about, the new Prism and the gold selling for so much. But would you believe that one of the highest card products that sold this past year was by Rob England, and it was a Rock sticker from '97 Panini, sold for I think it was $35,000 or something like that. It was astronomical, But again, it really highlights the rarity of stickers. But I'm glad that he was able to sell it, because it really showed the importance that other stuff has hobby-wise that we as collectors sometimes don't appreciate, and stickers are that way. The other thing about stickers that a lot of people don't realize is, you'll have a wrestling set that'll come out. It'll be maybe 60 to 100 cards. Well, your average sticker set is 185 to 250 stickers. So you're getting a wide variety of great action shots. Some stickers are pieced together to form like a puzzle, which makes like a bigger sticker when they're together. They're all nice products that are available for people. And I would tell others, if you've got young kids, you like opening stuff, don't be afraid to buy sticker products and take the time to break them with them. Because if I can get boxes and cases of stickers, I buy them all the time and I stash them away, because you never know when you're going to sell them or start going to trade shows and put them on a table and find people who really appreciate them for what they are.
That's true, man. Some of the best 85 Topps shots are the stickers.
Correct.
I mean, there's some beautiful shots.
Same with some of the 87s. I like a lot of the 87 Topps. But there's something about those stickers with that broad, I think it's a red with white star background behind everyone. It just looks great. I mean, I think the sticker's great. And the stickers, a lot of people don't realize when it comes to stickers, they'll be released in a country. And I think the first sticker product was around 91. You had 91 Merlin product released. And then there was another one released in the United States. Underneath Euroflash was another sticker company that released products. And then it was also under Diamond. The Diamond and the Euroflash were the same exact stickers, except for different logos on back the stickers. But then after that, every year after that, they would be producing more and more sets. And what was interesting is as the sets got bigger and moved towards modern day, some of those sticker sets were different between countries. For example, 2009 Rivals, you could have a sticker set that came out in the UK, and then you have the same sticker set, Rivals, same product, same everything, come out in Germany. And there's 2 or 3 wrestlers that appear in the German set that they removed from the English set. So even though if you're a diehard collector and you're like, hey, I got the complete Rival set from the UK, well, then do you have the complete Rival set from Germany? Because it is different than your set from the UK. They did that. They continue to do that. And I really like that. So bust those open. Let me see what you guys get for stickers out of those from India.
So this has 8 stickers and you have 1 gold foil in every pack.
Yep.
Careful.
These are tough to open.
I know.
Yeah. Yep.
I got the edge. Yeah, I want to be careful with these.
Stickers, I don't care how careful you are. You really need to be careful because they so easily bend.
Yep.
There's some great shots too.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful stickers.
Oh, that's a cool shot. Just the raw shot.
Yep, yep. That's the other thing I like about a lot of stickers. A lot of your stickers will produce those kind of images because they're putting them in a book that's telling a story. And
That's
so, you know, if
true.
they're talking about WrestleMania or they're talking about entrances or something like that, you'll get some weird off the wall stickers that once you get them, you see them, you're like, wow, this is really pretty cool.
That's a
So
cool Rey Mysterio like probably
logo sticker. Yep.
logo
They call them
sticker, yep.
logos. Yep. Yep. Usually your sticker page will have like anywhere from 5 to 6 images, and they'll usually have one logo sticker for each person.
I noticed these are very collectible though, because I opened the Wonderama box and they have those bio cards. And
Right.
like
Right.
people were really interested in those cards.
Yes. Yes. Now the big guys from that set are the Shield. This is when the Shield first started really moving. A great look of Randy Orton. Another one of my really good sellers. I can tell Randy Orton has to be wonderful with his fans because I've got 3 or 4 people that on average about every couple months I'll get these large orders and they're adding a whole bunch of new Randy Ortons to their collection. And
wow.
And again,
check out my gold foil.
Yeah, cool.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I got an Alberto Del Rio gold foil.
Wow.
This guy was dope. I liked Alberto Del Rio.
Yep,
I don't
yep.
know about wrestling now, but I do remember him from like 10 years ago. He was doing his thing.
Yep.
Wow.
You guys,
These are so cool,
you guys get any of the Shield from those stickers?
No.
Dean Ambrose or Roman Reigns, they're in that set also.
Yeah, no, those guys. I got The Rock here. I got some of these guys at John Cena. Looks like Goldberg.
Yeah, I didn't get any. I got who's this?
Is that A-Train?
It probably is.
Or Prince Albert? I'd have to see it up closer. I think it's that.
Yeah,
you know, it's funny. It's funny. You mentioned about Vince McMahon being one of your favorite cards a little while ago. I was going to tell you a story. Probably one of the best group of cards that I sell are always the McMahon family. And I had a lady a few years ago. She was just buying up everything that she could get from Stephanie, Shane, Linda, and Vince. And you know, when I say buy up, I'm talking hundreds of dollars worth of product of singles, which is pretty significant. And so finally one day when she put in another order, I actually wrote her and I said, I'm just curious because you seem to buy a lot of the McMahons. Do you know them, or what's the angle with your collection? And all she sends me back is in an email message, maybe ... smiley face icon with a winking eye. So obviously she must have knew them somehow.
Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, let's do that one. Let's do that one. That's Flair Champion Clash.
I've never even seen this.
Yep.
That's another 2001 Flair product, one of the first ones that they came out with in 2001. Great looking product, great inserts, also wonderful shots. Bust those open. Let me see what you guys get.
Hardcore Holly.
Yep, great guy.
X-Pac.
Yep.
Oh, X-Pac. Yeah, I remember X-Pac. Dude. I got an X-Pac as well.
These dudes in ECW, these dudes were awesome, man.
Yep. Dudley Boys.
Oh,
Dudley Boys.
Yep.
Dudleys are out of control.
Oh, listen, look at this.
Jerry Lynn.
The Rock.
That's nice.
That's nice.
That's a nice card, bro.
Now that you pull that pack fresh, look at how sharp those corners are.
Oh my goodness. I mean, these cards are like flawless.
Right.
Hold on.
Wow. Steve Blackman? I don't remember this guy.
Yep. He used to walk around with I think they were called punji sticks or something like that. He was like a martial artist type character.
This dude Test. I thought it was RVD for a second. He looks like an RVD.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
This card is beautiful. The way like, you could see it's like uplifted a little. Like it's
Yes, you almost get the feeling with some of those cards when you look at it, if you hold
like
it level to the light.
Almost.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like an action-packed football card.
Yeah, they're like slightly. They look. These cards are. These are so nice.
I mean, these cards are unreal. Like, I mean,
yeah, that's so nice, man.
I can't even believe it. It's almost like this is why you search and look and want to buy these cards, because you just can't find cards like this.
No. And that's why I tell everyone, build a network. If you're getting into wrestling cards, I would tell everyone this is what I do. I'm going to let you guys in on a secret how I find a lot of stuff that I do. For starters, I live on eBay. But when you live on eBay, you'll find a lot of people that sell a lot of stuff. I contact a lot of those people outside the auctions, and I ask them if they have other stuff that they don't have listed or stuff that they want to move, and I'll pick up stuff that way. The other thing that I do a lot of time, and this is my secret. Okay, I'm gonna divulge my secret to you guys on how to find rare items that a lot of people don't even realize that you can find out there. I go on Facebook Marketplace, and there's hundreds of different Facebook marketplaces, but you go on Facebook Marketplace, do a search, type in like wrestling cards, and don't search for the wrestling cards, but on the very top, you can click on a thing that says photos or posts, and you look on the photos, hundreds, thousands of items will show up, and you can just start going down, looking at all the stuff, and then you might find something that's like, wow, I want that collectible. Click on that image, and it'll take you to the page where someone might be talking about that product, someone might be selling that product, and make a long story short, you can find a lot of rare stuff. There's something that if I had it here, I'm not sure where I put it, I'd show you that I found recently, and it is probably one of the earliest indie card products that are out there that are very, very rare to find. I actually found the guy who actually produced a product, and he was selling them on Facebook recently, and I got into a wonderful discussion with him about those products. It is very important when you start collecting to build a network of friends, people that are going to look out for stuff for you as you do for them. One other thing that I would tell people to do, take the time in your area to go on something like Craigslist Omaha and type in, I collect wrestling cards. I want to buy your wrestling cards. Here's how you can contact me. Put a couple images on a wrestling card on there, and you'll be surprised how many people will contact you saying, hey, I got stuff for you. I did that about a year ago, and I had a individual in Council Bluffs, which is across the river from Omaha, contact me, and he said, hey, I don't collect wrestling cards, but my dad had these. I don't know anything about them. Would you be interested in them? He sold me a complete first series 1991 Danbury Mint, those gold cards that are like action-packed cards in the album. I think it's card number 1 through 65 or something like that. All of them. I gave him a good deal on it. I told him what they were worth. I told him what I was willing to pay. He was happy with it because he was like, I just want to get those in the hand of someone who knows what they are. So my suggestion to everyone is, don't rely on the advice of one person. Don't rely on what someone, your next door neighbor might tell you how to find cards. If you want to build a quality collection, you'll invest your time and energy. And the most important thing about cards for me, and maybe this is because I'm a hunter myself, I like to find stuff. I like to go out and hunt and find quality material. And when you find that material and you can add that to your collection, you can sit back and look at it and you think to yourself, wow, I did that on my own. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's
yeah,
awesome.
It's awesome to get some stuff that you're really looking for. Finally find it. We talk about like the BBM cards. I found some Ichiro's, like his rookie card from Japan, 93.
Yep.
A long time to find those, and I'm always looking. And then one day I'm at my my LCS, and it's right there. It's like, yo, you got 4 of these now. Holy shit! Why didn't? It's just so weird. And there's still one sitting there. It's not in good shape, but it's just crazy how you look. And
My
then like
my
they come
my
out.
my plan on future things that I'm planning on doing is my kids will be graduating high school this year, so I'm kind of done with having to worry about the high school aspect of things. I plan on doing a lot of traveling. One of the places I plan on traveling is Japan, because I can stay at the Air Force Base, which is right outside Tokyo, Japan. As a retired Air Force guy, I can walk from billeting that I won't have to pay hardly anything for, get on a train that either goes left to Disneyland Tokyo or right to downtown Disney. And I plan on going there for 4 or 5 days to go to both places. But I really want to go to Japan. I just want to walk around downtown Japan, find the stores that I know are toy stores that might sell wrestling cards. I know they have baseball card stores over there because baseball is huge in Japan, just like it is here in the United States, and go to some of those places and see what I can track down as far as wrestling products are concerned.
Man.
The other thing I want to do that I'm planning on doing is, again, being as I'm retired, I can stay at military bases. I want to go back again to Europe and kind of hit all the places that I used to go to when I was collecting, when I was stationed over there. My plan is to fly into Stansted, London, which is North London, rent a car, drive through London, hit the ferry, go across to Carlisle, France, I think it's called, and then up through Luxembourg, through Germany, down through Austria, down through Italy, back up through Spain, back through Mount LeBlanc up into France, with my whole goal to do nothing but hunt for wrestling cards and wrestling products.
You have to video that, man. That's a documentary.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do something like that. And then my friend Paul in Canada, God bless you, my brother, but we are talking about going to India someday, because cards in India are so huge, and there's so much product that comes from India that we want to go over there. And my goal is to hopefully someday catalog a lot of that, meet with some of the producers, talk with that, and eventually make a wrestling guide for everything that comes out of India as far as wrestling cards are concerned. That's long-term goals and long-term projects. We'll see what life deals us, because you never know. You know what I mean?
Of course. That's amazing, though. I mean, you'd have to document that, because that's some, I mean, you're not going to see that. Imagine just following you around different towns, going to different shops. I mean,
well, you know, and that allows me, you know, to go into, like, for example, stuff overseas are so different. I don't know if you can see this. Let me hold this up. Okay. These are a set of cards that you would find at, say, a newspaper stand in Italy. A 6-card set. They were called Big Match News. Actually, there's 12 different cards. Sorry, two per package. And the way it used to work with kids overseas is they would come in, and these were 70 cents a card. So they would come in and they would just pull the card that they want, take it to the counter, see, and then they would pay for that card and leave. So you know,
that's cool.
You have a lot of stuff like that overseas that I want to get my hands on again. You know, and I don't even know, because it's been what, 8 or 9 years since I've been overseas. I don't even know what the new stuff is nowadays. But talking about stuff overseas, I got to hit this. I hope you guys don't mind me doing a plug. But
no, go ahead.
In Italy, this was a promotion that happened when I was overseas. It is a Pepsi bottle, and when you peeled off the label, there's 2 wrestling stickers inside that Pepsi bottle. There's a total of 24 to that poster. You'll see I have 4 of them.
That is cool, man. What?
Really
the
cool.
reason why I'm highlighting that, and here's the different Pepsi products back then that these were available on. The reason why I'm highlighting that is because this is one of the most hard, obscure issues that I'm trying to track down a complete set. So if you live in India, or not India, but Italy, and you have these and you want to sell them, or even if you don't want to sell them, but I can get images of all 24 stickers from you so I can put it on my website to really show people that these exist, please contact me, because I would like to get my hands on that. A couple other issues that we have that were overseas. British Resurrection magazine used to make wrestling cards. They went out of business. The year that they went out of business, they actually produced a sticker set. Again, you know, stickers are a big part of collecting overseas. And I never got my hands on them. I got all their other cards that they released, but I never got my hands on those stickers. So if you have the British Resurrection stickers in the UK, you want to sell them, I'm buying. Or if you just want to have them that you're willing to share those images, I will highlight that set on my website and I'll put your name on that webpage showing that those came from your collection. One thing that I like to do for a lot of people is if you have sets and cards that you don't see me having highlighted on my webpage and you want those cards to be exposed, provide me those images. I will build that webpage for a checklist resource for other people to see, and your name will go on that webpage saying that they came from your collection. Because I don't care to take credit for anything. I'd rather all the people that are out there collecting, that find the stuff, I'd rather them get the credit for the great stuff that they have, that they can offer to all of us as far as the hobby is concerned.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Speaking of Italy.
Yes, there you go. There they are. Animotion. Okay. Bust those open. The hardest card to get out of there is card number 81, Stacy Keebler. Let me know if you guys pull 81 Stacy Keebler, and I'll tell you a story on that body.
I definitely had a crush on Stacy Keebler way back when. That's for sure.
Yeah, she was hot. And why George Clooney never married her when they were dating is beyond me.
Oh, man. Yo, these are like sport flicks.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yo, these are crazy. I've never seen anything like this.
This is Oh, look at this. This is the Big Show versus Danny. That's cool. Look at that.
Wait, which is the crazy card you said? What's the pull?
Number 81, Stacy Keebler.
Oh, Stacy Keebler, yeah. Yeah, these cards are really cool. Lenticular style.
Yep.
I love these cards.
I got two different checklist cards.
Yep, you'll get those per box. They're pretty cool.
They're cool.
They'll highlight 6 of the cards on each checklist.
Yeah,
This product, I think, is an amazing product. Who's that? Oh yeah, the checklist. Stacy Keebler is the hardest card to get from that set. Believe it or not, I had to break close to 5 cases of that product to finally get the one Stacy Keebler card from my own personal collection. I had a guy who was a super collector, who was from Washington, Pennsylvania, who I bought around 300 packs from some guy in France of that product. And I opened all of them. This is when I was living in Alaska. I had him on the phone. I opened all of those packs and we got down to 5 packs left. And we didn't get Stacy Keebler. And he's like, I can't believe I bought all those. I'm not getting Stacy Keebler. The second to last pack had his Stacy Keebler. He got it. And he told me, mail me that Stacy Keebler. You keep all the rest of the cards for yourself. I don't want them.
Joe, did you get anybody?
No, I didn't get the Stacy Keebler. I got
Now the short prints on those is any cards under card 90. Card number 1 to card 90 are your shortest of those cards. And there's a story behind why they're so much short printed than the other ones.
I think this one is Carlito.
Yeah, what number?
Number 008.
Yep, another short print. That's one of the harder ones to get.
Now I'm noticing that the short prints have like a yellow back.
Yes.
Is that correct? And the other ones just have like a gray back?
Yes, because your short prints are kind of what I consider like your stat card, where the gray backs are kind of like your fight or inaction type card.
Got it.
Now,
okay.
Now the majority of those that are under 90, the reason why now that they're so hard to find, it was told to me by a guy who was from Italy that there was a licensing dispute between Animotion and WWE at that time frame, and so they ended up destroying the vast majority of the low numbers. But then they came out and they found out that they could still produce a set. They produced a set with a low number of low numbers. They put them in with the higher numbers. That's why you'll buy a box and you might get a whole bunch of checklists and a whole bunch of high numbers, but you might only get like 10 or 15 cards per box that are anything under 90. That's why the Stacy Keebler is such a hard card to find.
It's a cool card, man. Really, look at that.
Very cool. It's like
now imagine if you would 200 of those cards in 9 card plastic pages, and you're going through those, flipping through those, looking at those one at a time. Great set. Great.
Yeah, I love those cards. I like all those types of cards. I think the first what does it show? 68 tops 3D or 69 tops?
68 tops 3D. Yep. And I think if I'm not mistaken, didn't they have a Mickey Mantle in that also?
No, I think Roberto Clemente is the only Hall of Famer in that set.
Okay,
But even,
gotcha.
you know,
Heck, I'll even say
Um,
the other 3D sets that I like. You might appreciate these too. I liked all the Kellogg's 3D sets,
Kellogg's.
football,
I love the
football and
Kellogg's,
baseball.
man.
I loved
Yeah.
them. I loved them. And again, imagine if Kellogg's would have did a wrestling set like that. God,
Oh my God.
I just think all the time, what if sometime with some of the products that are out there.
Kellogg's is great.
Can Husker, you gotta tell us about this set.
Okay.
Guys, just
Okay, yeah, good. That's a good segue. So open that up,
one sec.
and
My phone's-
that set
Hold
was
on.
produced from a. Okay,
Joe,
go
what'd you
ahead.
say?
Yeah, my phone's dying. I have like 10% left. So I just realized that.
Good.
And my wife, when she came in, she was looking for the charger. I don't even know what the fucking thing is. She didn't find
You
it.
probably have like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can bust through this, and we can do this another time too. Independent women's internet wrestling. The reason why I send you guys one of those packs is because indie cards right now are some of the biggest thing within the wrestling card market, and this is one of the earliest pack products that you could get of independent wrestlers, and they're all females, which makes the set even cooler. So bust them open and let me see what you guys think of them.
What's crazy with these is that these are like wrapping paper almost. Like
Yes.
the wrap.
Yep.
Kind of cool. Very, very
This
cool.
is just a set of 15 cards. That's pretty cool. So they give you a note in here. It says, it's just a set of 15 cards. There was a misprint on one of the cards. Cards were sent to 2 wrestlers to sign, but were not returned. And Portia Perez did not reply to requests. So I'm including the unsigned Portia cards in the random packs. That's cool,
Yep.
though.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess
And
this is what he means. I guess it's
Yep. That was the unsigned portrait card, right?
Nikki Storm.
Yep.
I don't know. They're like, let me see. Yeah, these are nice cards.
Cherry
Kaylee-
Bomb.
Yeah, I got Cherry Bomb also. Cool cards, man. Wrestling cards are all so different. Like they're just so. Me and Joe have only been into them for like a couple of years. Like we were, we were just talking mostly about baseball cards for the most part and other stuff. So it's just really cool. Sassy Stephanie. This is a nice. It's a cool set. Cool. Like the white with the black border. It's kind of incredible.
Right. It's very simple, but it's flashy.
I've never seen a set that has, white framing with like a black. Well, not always black, because there's some blends. Portia Perez from Canada, but like these, cool, man. These are cool, nice, and they're a nice quality too. They're
they are made nice.
Nice quality.
Well, wait. Before your phone goes out, let's open up one of the poker chips packs.
Yeah. Now these, me and Joe love to play cards, so that.
You want to open this one?
Yeah, whichever one you want.
Mickey James.
Now, can you tell us something about these, Husker?
Yes. The WW chips initially came out in Europe. When they first came out, they first appeared primarily, I think it was in the UK. Then they had a second edition that was for all of Europe, third and a fourth edition. I think it was the fifth edition that finally showed up in the United States. But again, collectors really didn't get super excited about them like they did overseas. It's too bad, because I think they're amazing collectors.
Look at this guy.
These are fresh, man. Look, Booker T, King Booker.
Yep. Look at this. Who's that in there? That's crazy, bro.
Push it over.
Wow.
Power. Now, wait a second. Did some of these have like this? This Carlito looks like it's almost like a foil type of look. With
yes, the foil ones are your rare ones, and you'll actually have silvers, and your hardest ones will actually be an all gold colored chip.
Oh,
so you'll have your foils, you have your silvers, and you have your golds.
Oh,
and they make a wonderful set.
Look at this.
Yep. Yeah, that's sick, dude.
Stone Cold. These are awesome, man.
Yeah, these are really fresh.
Let's open the other chip too.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I got the mark.
Now, what are these? Catch.
Catch medallions came out during I think it was the Attitude Era, and they had.
So these are Canadian.
Yep, the catch. There's a catch that's Canadian, and then there's another brand that's the American edition that I can't think of the name off the top of my head.
Yo, these
yeah.
So that's cool. So it comes with like a little checklist.
Checklist. Yep. And you'll see the different ways that you can buy them and how you can play with them, stuff like that.
Oh, Joe will love this one.
Yep.
Joe.
Who is that?
Paul Bear.
Oh, that's awesome, bro. Yeah.
What's interesting about these is there's a gold version, a parallel set gold version, and I've done my hardest to try to locate them. I've opened up a lot of those packs. I can never pull a gold version. Oh, and the American edition, they're identical to that, but they're called bungees instead of catch on the medallion.
Husker, who is this? Who did this guy wrestle as? In the
I can't see it. Put it closer.
Billy Gunn.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh yeah, Billy Gunn.
Who did he wrestle?
He was part of Smoking Guns.
Was he? That's not Sal Sincere, right? Do you remember Sal Sincere?
I don't remember if that was him or not.
Smoking Guns. They were also in the '94 action pack set.
Yeah, and they were also in your ice cream card set also.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yep.
because I got the New Age Outlaws one with Billy Gunn.
Yep, there you go.
I know. I think I'm mixing him up with somebody else.
Now, what? Oh shoot! They slipped out the back. So are these the Merlin stickers?
Yep, that's Merlin's. It was the hero stickers. Bust those open. Those came out overseas also. I think that was 2006 was the heroes. It was 2006 or 2007. Was the hero stickers.
Oh, I see what happened. These yeah, okay. I thought these were loose, but they were actually out of the pack.
The sticker pack came loose.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah, a lot of times. Yep, a lot of times that'll happen with sticker packs.
Yeah, I know.
Over time.
I open them up like from after 30 years. Then you have the ones that you cannot open at all. They're like so tightly sealed.
Right. It's funny how those work out that way.
Wait a minute. This card's incredible, dude. Come on.
Who is this? What is that?
It's a sticker, bro.
Yo.
Yo, dude, that's crazy. Undertaker, bro.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful sticker. Stickers are so tough. Me and Joe, we always say stickers are so tough. Like
I
love
stickers, man. I'm like a little kid on Christmas right now.
Yeah, these are awesome, bro.
Husker, who is this? Can you see this? Who is she?
I think is that Deborah Marie?
They don't say the names on this, so you can't really tell.
I think it might. You know what? Hey, while I have you up, let me. What's the number on back of that sticker?
It says P15.
Okay, so that's an actual insert sticker. That's part of the poster. That's part of the poster. It was around that time frame that they started doing posters that you could pull out of the center part of the magazine and unfold it, and then you would have insert stickers that would go on that poster for kids to hang on their walls. Kind of a cool concept. I'm going to try to pull up my checklist as I'm talking to you to see exactly who that person was, because I couldn't tell off the top of my head. But
poker chips are unbelievable, man.
Poker chips are incredible.
Yeah, man. Imagine how cool it would be to have a poker game and you have like a whole table with a whole case of those poker chips and you're using them to play poker with your buddies.
Oh my goodness.
Funny, bro. Yeah, you have to assign a value to different guys.
Right,
you know?
right. The different colors, because they were usually red for Raw, blue for SmackDown, green or gray for ECW, and then pink for Divas. So that's cool. That's how they usually broke down those stickers was that way.
Cool.
Or not the stickers, I mean the poker chips.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. I have. Okay, this is a good size thing.
P1 up. Yeah, P10. I have two of them, P10 and P15.
Okay, let me. Hey, look on the back. Is that a 2007 sticker or 2006? I think it must be 7.
I think it says 6. Or maybe it says 8. Hold on.
Maybe it is 8. I always get those. Yeah, because it's not 7. 7 was the uncovered edition. So let me see. As I'm.
Yeah, I think it's 2008.
Yep, it is 2008. So let me pull this up, and I'll be able to see if I can tell you the exact names on those puzzle ones. But I know we're going to kind of wrap this up because your phone's going down on you. I want to tell everyone out there that there's a lot of quality product that can still be bought if you take the time to hunt it. If you're asking me what you should be collecting, and you want advice, my advice would be simply collect what you like and what you think is fun. But more importantly, the things that I would be looking for is I'd be looking at trying to find a lot of inserts that make nice looking sets that are accessible but not overly valued. There's a lot of things that are out there today that I think are great products that people get their hands on. I'm going to show you a couple cards from what I think is probably the hardest modern day product that it took me to put together. It took me 15 years to finally get this set put together, and I'm glad to say that I finally did. Here's some of the extras that I have, so I'll let you see these. Triple H.
Man. What set is that? Can I see the front?
Yeah, I'll show you some more, and then I'll tell you the set. There's Kurt Angle.
Nice.
Here's the John Cena versus Batista one.
Many moments. It's crazy.
There's one you might recognize. Jake the Snake versus Andre the Giant.
Yeah. Legendary.
Then the famous Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant match.
Yeah, crazy.
So this set, and this is a Ted DiBiase. This was a set of cards put out in packs for WrestleMania when it was in Detroit, Michigan, and these were actually sold by Pepsi and Popeye's Chicken, the restaurant. You had to get packs from them. This is around, I think it was a 25 card set, and near impossible to get the set put together 1 through 25. It took me 15 years to finally get the last 2 cards that I needed to finally get the set complete. And when I finish my update, I'm highlighting a bunch of sets that I haven't had in my own store. This will be one of the ones that I'll put up for people to see. The important thing that I want to get across to people is I appreciate everyone having patience, because I had to rebuild my site from scratch. Yahoo did away with their Yahoo site builder database. When they did, they killed my old web page. So I had to go out, shop around, find a new web hoster. I utilized the HostGator, but in order to do that, I had to build every web page from scratch all over again. I'm finally done with 2021, moving into 2022. That'll take me a couple months. Once that's officially done and over, then there's going to be so much sets that I'm going to be highlighting week after week. Stuff from India, stuff from Russia, I even got a sticker set from Brazil that mirrors the images of the 87 Tops wrestling cards, the WWF cards from 1987. What? But it's all modern day wrestling guys. It's phenomenal looking set. There's going to be stuff like that I'm going to be bringing onto the webpage for everyone to see and enjoy. Another set that I would tell you, get your hands on if you can, are these. WrestleMania 20. These were all, there was 8 different package sets. When you would order a pay-per-view back then, you would get a pack, and there are, I think, 6 different chase cards that are ring materials that'll have the card with a swatch of a ring in the corner. Very hard set. It is one of these sets that everyone should have set aside because I like the selection of wrestlers. Plus, it highlights WrestleMania through the years and all the important key matches and the people that headlined that great event. Besides that, I would tell other people, if you can find unopened boxes pre-2005, I would buy those and I would just stick those in a closet, in a shoebox, protected with some plastic wrap around it for a rainy day, because wax has just dried up, and the older the wax, the more collectible it is, in my opinion.
Husker, listen, before we go, just real quick.
Yes, that is called Top of Wrestling. Bust those open because you got to see those. You'll like those stickers. They're like a 3x5 sticker. Comes in a huge sticker album. I don't have it here handy. Maybe next time we do a show, I'll have it handy.
I think I did okay with this one.
Yep, exactly. How cool is that?
What?
Oh, that's sick, dude. That's awesome.
Yo. It was actually stuck to the top of the thing, but I pulled it off slowly, and I think I did okay.
I got little Guido, bro.
Yeah. Yep,
Little
Guido. You little
Little
Guido.
Bro, Rikishi, this kid is out of control.
Yep. I mean, look how cool those are. They're stickers. They're humongous, and it's a great image of the guys from the ring.
It is really cool.
Yo, this is all. Look at this.
Yo, this is great. Booker T breakdancing.
Yep, in the ring.
What's that, Joe?
U.S. Championship belt.
Oh, that's cool.
You know. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, this scene is really cool. This is early Cena, right? Because when did this come out? This is
that set came out around I think it was 2004 or 2005. So it was mid 2000s.
When was Cena's debut?
I think his rookie is 2002 Royal Rumble, so around 2001,
so it's
early 2002.
It's early Cena.
It's close.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's close. It's close. You know, it's early Cena too because he's wrestling in those blue jeans.
Yeah. Yep.
It's cut off blue jeans.
And these are made in Italy as well. Yes.
That was made in Italy also. It was in Italy. The wrestling magazine that's produced in Italy for pro wrestling is called Top of Wrestling. So that's why those are called Top of Wrestling stickers, because the company that makes the magazines for wrestling made those stickers also to go along with their magazine. Oh, to answer your question, because I'm looking at that right now, that sticker that you held up, P10, that was Mickey James. That was one of Mickey James' early stickers, the poster sticker.
Oh,
and you said you had a P10 also, right?
P15, which was and
Mickey
then a
James.
P10.
P10 is Edge, bending over backwards, Edge flexing with the belt around his waist.
Nice.
That's a good one too. Then.
Yeah, I always liked Edge. There's something about Edge. There's something about his persona, the way he acts, especially when he was like a bad guy, when he was really giving John Cena the time back then. He reminded me of a friend of mine from high school, the way he acted. That's why I always thought Edge was cool, because he reminded me of that guy back in high school, back in the day, that used to shoot off his mouth to everyone, had hair like Edge, conducted himself like Edge. And that was before anyone knew who Edge was. So I always joke with him whenever I see him. I always say, your persona was copied by a professional wrestler, Edge. Maybe you should contact him and try to get some royalties from him because of that.
Yeah, right.
But hey, I want to tell you guys too before I let you go. I collect a lot of stuff. If it comes in a pack, whether it's poker chips, heck, I even got stuff that are bubblegum containers from Germany that we'll be highlighting, that the lid of each one is a numbered WWE wrestler. So if it comes in packs and people have stuff and you don't see it on my webpage, guys, reach out to me. My email is simple, huskerhav@yahoo.com. You got stuff that you want to highlight or you want to bring to the wrestling community, contact me and I will do everything I can to make sure I build a webpage and give you the credit. There's a phenomenal girl out of Italy who bought some Italian cards for me recently to complete a set. And I mentioned to her, I said, back in 2005, they used to have these wristbands. There was like 25 of them that would come in packs. You would have like John Cena, You Can't See Me on his wristband, Rey Mysterio, just different stuff like that. And she's like, yeah, I know all about them. And I said, well, I'm trying to find information. She actually found all the information, the wrappers, what the boxes look like, and images of all the different bracelets, sent those to me so I could build one of those pages underneath the items that, because you'll notice on my store now, we do cards, we do gaming cards, we do stickers, and then we do the fun stuff, which is, weird stuff like beef jerky cans or those bracelets. If they come in packs and they're numbered, you can collect them, I collect them. It's that simple. I try to get my hands on everything I can because I like to just have fun with it all.
Man, listen, we can't appreciate you enough, man. Not just for all this. This is like an early Christmas for us, but also what you do for the hobby, man. You know, it's great. Just, you know, everything.
Well,
that
I want to say I really appreciate coming on your guys' show. I really hope that if there's new people that are watching this and they haven't heard of Husker Halves, type in Husker Halves and you'll find my webpage. You will find so much information with probably more photos of all the different wrestling cards that are out there with each set on than any other place you're going to find on the web. And I do that because of the love I have for the hobby. And I'm reaching out to anyone out there. You need information, or even best yet, if you have something that you think that you don't know what it is, you don't know where it came from, or if you think maybe I don't know what it is and you can play stump the chump, send me a photo and let me see if I can tell you what it is that you might have, because there's a lot of stuff that are out there. Like I had a guy contact me, said, "What's this Andre the Giant card from? I've never seen it." What came out of a board game out of Japan at the time frame, and I told him where to find that image and the board game and everything like that. So I like doing stuff like that. If I can help people out, if I can help you expand your collection, if I can do anything I can to make your love for wrestling cards hit its greatest peak, that's what I'm there for. And I thank you guys for this podcast. I thank you guys for taking the time. Again, to everyone out there, Merry Christmas, happy collecting, and look forward to seeing you in the new year. And once I get the new store open, there's going to be so much product that I'm going to be highlighted that a lot of people haven't even seen that I've sat on for years. So again, thank you guys for everything, and I appreciate what you did. And more importantly, I appreciate the opportunity to be on this podcast. And I want to put this plug out there also. If there's anyone else out there that has podcasts that they want to talk about wrestling cards, I don't want to take anything away from your audience as far as the podcast goes, but I'm willing to come on anyone's podcast to talk wrestling and highlight different wrestling things. And even if someone wanted to go out and take the time to have people write in a list of different questions for us to go live and me answer them on the spot, I'm willing to do anything I can to help out the wrestling community. So again, thank you guys from the deepest of my heart.
Thank you, bro. Let me ask you real quick. Did you get any good, you obviously got hits from the wax set. Did you get anything? Did you check them out?
From what's that?
From the Waxateria, like you bought. Again, thank you. You bought.
Oh, I have to look. I know. I think I got Chuckster's 1-of-1 card. So I got the famous Chuckster, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that I got one of the Sabu cards, but I'm not 100% positive. But I'll look and I'll email you guys. Please understand that I get so much stuff in the mail that until I get it up on my webpage and it kind of cataloged, sometimes I look at stuff and I can forget what I have on a day-to-day basis. Like, for example, I'm just gonna pull this up. Like, I got these I got to put on my webpage.
Nice.
They're WWE Legends Trumps game from India. I get stuff all the time. Like I was telling you, I got those 3 5,000 count boxes BBM. I've got about 10,000 stickers from Mexico, Lucha Libre stuff that I'm going to be putting on my website.
Oh man!
And then I just got so much stuff. Yep. Hey, and I want to throw out another plug. I had a very good friend of mine who was my contact in Russia to get Russian cards from the Soviet Union. If you are anyone and you watch this podcast and you're in Russia, you want to earn some money. Same goes for those people that are in Latin America, and you want to be my headhunter for products in your country. Contact me at huskerhav@yahoo.com. I will get to know you. I will set you up with some amount of money, and I will let you go out in your local community and start buying up stuff so I can bring it here, highlight it, and get it to collectors here in North America.
And 5 Tool, we only take a 10% finder's fee, so no big deal.
Hey, I tell you what I'll do is if I get someone to contact me because of this podcast and they're my good source, I will hook you guys up with a box of stuff that'll blow you away. How does that sound?
Say no more.
There we go. So you guys have a good New Year's, and blessed everything to your families, and just enjoy the things that are important in life, family, the holidays, and open cards whenever you can. I don't care if they're football. I don't care if they're non-sport. I don't care what they are. Cards are a fun thing to do with families, and it's almost like playing the lottery. Every time you open a pack, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You hit it on the nose, man. Merry Christmas and thanks for joining us.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.